Yeah, big disappointment for me, for the whole team, because we were doing our best, fighting for the podium. That was our goal before this rally. So, but one more time, bad luck. I have no words to in this moment. Always bad luck, always bad luck. In the rally before, the same. So it's difficult to accept, but okay, you have to look forward and think in the next race.
In special stage 14, just when you thought the tide had changed, Hänninen charged to take another victory. What's more, he was 13.9 seconds quicker than Mikkelsen, the biggest margin between the two drivers during a stage so far this weekend. 11.2 seconds now between them. Frenchman Brian Bouthier continued to push hard, collecting a third here, and after the retirement of Margulies, Bouthier is now fourth overall, 48 seconds behind Kopecky. After a dubious day yesterday with a 1-minute penalty, Patrick Sandel climbed to fourth position, just behind Bouthier. He's starting to get into a rhythm now, and having lifted himself up to fifth overall, the confidence is starting to flow. Bouthier, of course, comes into this event knowing that a top three finish may just leave him with the championship lead. Sandel, meanwhile, pictured here, looking to rack up as many points as possible. Hänninen and Mikkelsen have been fighting for the lead, though, since the opening stage, and with no Margulies, the two drivers faced each other in the 15th super stage. At the end of the 2-kilometre sprint, Mikkelsen gives himself a little bit of a boost with a win. But all is not lost for Hänninen. The Finn was just 0.3 seconds away from the Norwegian to remain in charge. Here you see them both fighting. Photo finish. Here are the graphics then, with 2 stages left to go. 10.9 seconds the advantage for Hänninen. Kopecky then in a comfortable third, ahead of Bouthier of France in fourth. With 2 stages remaining, it's all to play for. And although we knew Mikkelsen was keen to deliver a good result in the gravel, few would have predicted that Hänninen's main threat would have been the Norwegian.
For sure the points is very important, but for me as a person, I don't collect second places, but okay, if you look for the championship, it's important points, so try to find somewhere in between, but definitely try to keep the pressure on.
Jan Kopecky of Czech Republic is looking fairly safe at third overall now, with no major dramas. This should be a nice cruise for the driver who is 1 minute behind Mikkelsen and 44 seconds clear of Bouthier. Unfortunately, though, the day is not without its issues, as he explains here.
We had some small problem with the power steering pump yesterday in the evening, so we changed it, and this one was not working. Okay, there was some effort, but it was getting worse and worse, and especially on the twisty stage, it was not working at all. So okay, on the first stage we did quite good time, and second stage when Bruno left, so we just only drove through.
So the Intercontinental Rally Challenge concludes with stages 16 and 17 just after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back to the IRC from Azores in Portugal, and with 2 super stages left, who else would step up to the mark other than Juho Hänninen of Finland? The reigning world champion not only had a clear and clinical run, but he extended his lead to 28.5 seconds with just 1 stage remaining. Surely it's in the bag now for the Finn. In the final 17th stage, Patrick Sandel topped off a troubling start with his first ever stage win. He expected to be higher overall, no doubt, but the Swede can take a lot of positives out of this result. and is sure to be happy with the end result. 5th overall in Portugal.
Håll något höger. Brake 80. Öppen vänster 1.
For Brian Bouffier, well, not his best rally, and not one for the memory bank either, but his 4th position overall has left him well in the hunt in the IRC leaderboard after Freddie Loy missed the event. So perhaps a bittersweet day for the Peugeot driver.
100 mètres, gauchy sur ciel, 60 mètres, long droite 10 tard, long droite 10 tard.
Bon, mon objectif, ça aurait été évidemment de finir sur le podium. Ça aurait été un petit peu mieux, mais je crois que 4e, c'est loin d'être mal. Voilà, on peut
well, he's just saying that he's learned a lot here and he's going to take it on to the next event. It was a very special rally, but also very difficult. Very important points, though, for the championship. With no real threat in the final stage, Jan Kopecky did cross the line eventually to claim 3rd overall. He was in no place to fight for the lead, really, in any way this weekend, but good points leaves him with a healthy chance going into his home rally in the Czech Republic, which is coming up next due to Madeira having been cancelled.
Yes, it's good for us because after Ypres, where we didn't have any points, now we have few points to reach for the championship. So it's good. It was good weekend for us. The car was working well. Only a few troubles with the power steering, but now the boys fixed everything and it was perfect again.
So what about Mr. Mikkelsen? Well, maybe a lack of experience or maybe a clever decision to settle for 2nd position. But he was up against a champion that was too fast when it mattered today and can now build on this result after helping Skoda to a wonderful 1-2-3 finish.
Yeah, we've been working really hard all weekend, and it was looking out to be a very good fight. On the 2nd stage today, he managed to put on a 10 seconds lead. And after that, it was okay. We didn't want to risk it, so we settled for 2nd.
No doubting who was on the top step then. Hänninen of Finland. Well, he had no problems collecting his 3rd win of the year after Spain and Ukraine. Hänninen's win takes him also to the top of the leaderboard. So a new championship leader. The defending champion having a fantastic rally in Portugal.
This is my 3rd time over here. 2 times I've been a little bit unlucky and made a mistake, so now I had a clear run, a clean weekend and a victory now, so finally it came from this island.
It's pretty much time to think about the championship because you're leading now.
Yeah, I'm leading, but still long way to go to the Christmas, and I don't know what rallies we are doing, but yeah, 3 victories, so there would be chances to try from the championship title, but it's open.
Another victory for Hänninen, another podium for Kopecky, and a 1-2-3 for Skoda. They'll be very happy and satisfied with their weekend. It's a good omen for the next rally, which will take place in Czech Republic, which is, of course, their home. In the Production Cup, 34-year-old São Miguel-born Ricardo Moura started the weekend off with a bang in the IRC Production Cup. His 11th Acores Rally saw him lead from the start, and after day 3, he'd accumulated the enormous advantage of 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Second place, albeit quite a long way back, is Vitor Lopes. The Portuguese driver has had a pretty lonely day or two. He finished just under 4 minutes off Ricardo Moura in first, but also 2 minutes and 55 seconds ahead of third place man Vitor Pascoe. Well, Portugal's Pascal was the man in third. It was the 39-year-old's fourth time here, and despite being a huge 6 minutes and 40 seconds behind fellow countryman Ricardo Moura, he does complete a Portugal 1-2-3 on the podium for the Production Cup. Let's have a look at the drivers' standings in the Production Cup. Gonon of Switzerland still leads ahead of Barrios, Pecenic, then Den Heuvel and Moura then up to 5th position. In the IRC two-wheel drive series, Paulo Maciel won his home event. The Portuguese driver led from the start of the rally. And on this final day, Maciel won all of these special stages. Jean-Michel Roux was in a strong second after struggling with oversteer on day one, but after the team corrected this, he was far happier, and despite finishing 1 minute and 33 seconds behind the leader, he holds a healthy lead in the standings overall. And after day 3, Carlos Costa of Portugal was third in his Citroën. He sits 11th overall, and in truth was no way a threat to Maciel or Raul for the entirety of the two-wheel drive events. So Raul leads overall. Look at that lead over Campana, Vignes, Guglielmi and Prinsen of Belgium. Peugeot still lead manufacturers ahead of Honda, M-Sport, Abarth and Skoda. So here you see the podium then. It's Hannanen that took victory here in the IRC Rally of Portugal ahead of Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen, the young 21-year-old, can take a lot of hope from this. Let's have a look at it overall. 42 seconds behind he ended up. Kopecky of Czech Republic ended it in third. Bouffier of France, second overall in the championship now in fourth. And Sandell, the Swede, in 5th position. Moura is in 6th, Lopez 7th, Pascal 8th, Silva 9th, and Maciel in 10th overall. So then, what about the championship standings? Well, we know that Hannanen is the new leader. Bouffier is just 4 points behind in second. Loy, despite not being here, still in third, joint third in fact with Kopecky of Czech Republic, with Neuville in 5th position on 48. Mikkelsen, well, a fantastic rally for him, his best to date, pushes him up to 6th ahead of Wilks, Gardemeister, Weiss and Magelheids. The manufacturers' points after the Acores Rally. Well, Skoda have a foothold on this series. They lead ahead of Peugeot, Subaru, M-Sport and Rally Arts, who are in 5th position. Honda currently in 6th on 28 points. Proton on 17 and Abarth running out the 8th. Well, with Madeira cancelled, Barum is next for the IRC drivers in the Czech Republic. Home team Skoda will of course be favourites to reign supreme on home turf. And could it be a match made in heaven with their very own Jan Kopecky also racing on his home track? We hope you've enjoyed it here in Portugal. I've been Steve Day. This has been the IRC from Azores in Portugal. Join us again soon.